Alrighty, y'all. Welcome back to the live stream here on the channel. Glad to see you guys all in here today. We got Marcus, Sam, Storm Dakota, Brooklyn, as well as Mary, Severe Weather Lover, and Misty, Rain Maves. Glad to see you guys all in here for another live stream. Hopefully everybody's doing well today. Let's go ahead and just dive right on into this. We'll switch to our main scene. I don't know if I got it done. Okay, I think we did. Yeah, we're good. All right, that's the right date. Okay, because I was very much in a hurry today. I had to record our first video, first tropical update today, just because I wanted to. I need to get a video out, so we're going to start those up again. And, yeah, today we're just going to be doing a briefing about the potential for... Why is there a special weather statement to my southwest? Where did that thing come from? We're just going to be doing a briefing for the potential of severe weather today. I don't know how much of live coverage we'll be doing in this. We may do a bit of a mix of both. We did just get a considerable severe somewhere up here in northern Illinois. Oh, okay. That's this one up here. Actually, that was... Yeah, that was just upgraded about 5 minutes ago to 70 mile-an-hour winds for a considerable severe. So make sure you guys are preferably indoors, away from doors and windows out there in Key West in eastern Iowa. But yeah, here's the risk area for today. We've got a big slight risk for severe weather all the way up from the eastern portion of the panhandle of Texas, all the way down through Shreveport, north of New Orleans, into western Mississippi, back up towards Oklahoma City, through also southern Arkansas. So big risk in terms of coverage, I suppose. It's definitely not the biggest we've seen, but it's a little bit larger than what we were anticipating. And we're going to be watching for some thunderstorm development in and around the Vernon area. I think the most likelihood area for storms to fire is west and southwest of Vernon, right along this general vicinity here. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. Let's go ahead and take a look at your current satellite imagery, because I have not looked at that. So here's your current satellite imagery. We'll go for the true color, just so we can see what's happening here. And already 3 things that I'm noting. I'm noting a CU field that is beginning up here in the northern panhandle of Texas. I see a bit of cumulus trying to form in front of that outflow boundary that is also in place from the MCS earlier today. And I also see an outflow boundary maybe developing out of that. Yep, and I also see an outflow boundary off of this area of thunderstorm development in Oklahoma. So the main features here is storm development possible right along this narrow corridor. And, you know, we already have ongoing storms up here further north and our ongoing storms further south. So just a few little things to keep an eye on satellite imagery. I don't think... That's my thing's glitched. Yeah, that storm in Woodward, which is this cluster of clouds you see here, is not severe warned at the moment. but we will keep an eye on that as well. Let's see here. Let's go back down over to our radar site in Amarillo. Yeah, we're not seeing anything there at all. So that's good news. Good news so far. It's definitely quite 50-50 on if we see thunderstorm development today. Some models were hinting towards storms firing. Other models had absolutely nothing happening. So here's the latest HRRR. And you'll notice we see a few storms fire in the panhandle. I think the time for this to really get going is about 6, maybe 7 o'clock Eastern time. So in about an hour and a half or so. I don't plan on covering today's threat either. I just really wanted to talk about the severe weather potential. If it's needed, I'll go live again later on tonight, but we'll probably just pass on it again today. I do believe we do have, of course, that potential for a couple tornadoes. Switch on over here. So here's your outlook. We've got a big slight risk level 2 today. 5% chance for tornadoes out there, all the way from Wichita Falls back up towards northeastern Texas. I agree with that outlook. I think that's the most likelihood area. I think the most likelihood area of tornadoes is actually going to be west-northwest of Vernon, Texas today. But they have that quite large 5% out. Is there a capping? Probably not. There's just probably not a forcing mechanism to get these storms really going. I can quickly go check just to see here. There is no capping in place. There's about 5,000 instability out there. It's not the best environment thanks to the lack of wind shear, especially in the lower levels. So it's not the most impressive environment by any means whatsoever. And we also have quite the large amount of a temperature dew point spread. That is going to be about 20 for today. So I do think the tornado threat's going to be fairly limited. I believe the biggest issue will be hail, and so does the SPC. They already have, I didn't even realize that, they already have a 15 hatched out for large hail. I agree with that. I think that's going to be the biggest issue today. I wouldn't fully rule out up to 3-inch hail with these storms as they get going. I think the peak activity is going to be about an hour after the storms really start to get going. So I think the main activity will probably be about 6:30 to about 8:30 Eastern. We'll probably conclude stream just before 6 o'clock or so, unless we just continue more. But I'll definitely be on standby. There's a chance that I go live again tonight. I am available, thankfully. Yesterday, things popped off more than expected, and I actually was busy, so I wasn't able to go live, even though I wanted to. But it's whatever. It's whatever. Yeah, you miss some. It's going to happen, especially as we get towards early June. You can already tell, I'm really focusing in on hurricane season now. That's my primary focus. I'm starting to back off on the severe weather side of things, but we're definitely going to keep an eye on this. 10%, I didn't even know that was on the table today. Yeah, heck no. I wouldn't fully. I think the main issue is hail. I was going to say I don't think we could fully rule out a strong tornado. Don't completely toss it in the trash can, but I believe by milestone hail will be the biggest issue today. So that's what you need to be keeping an eye out for the most if you live out in this area, which again is this region right here. This is the best outlook to go off of. So if you live in the yellow area here, that's where the most severe weather is anticipated, including a couple tornadoes possible, large hail, in my opinion, upwards of 3-inch in diameter. The SPC is calling for, I believe, 2-inch hail at the moment. We'll see with how big their watches will actually. Oh, when did that get issued? 4:05. That was right when I was beginning to make my video. Supercells appear possible by 5 to 6 p.m. Central, which is 7 o'clock Eastern, accompanied with a risk for large hail, possibly greater than 2-inch in diameter and damaging wind gusts, as well as the potential for a tornado. I did not even see that. So that's an MCD out, and it's pretty much exactly where I was talking about, west of Wichita Falls. And more specifically, I think it's going to be more of a focus up in this corridor here. Let me do that a bit better. up in this corridor where we have that best chance for all hazards. Let's see here. Storm initiation is expected around the time frame of 23Z or just before. So that's just before 7 o'clock. We should see storms really get going out here. I don't think we'll see that much development around the Wichita Falls area. I think we're going to see storms fire up here, make their way off to the south-southeast, and then probably die off west of Wichita, right around the realms of that. Let me go ahead and zoom in more. There's definitely a CU field that is developed, so, I mean, anywhere along this area here, you can't rule out thunderstorm development. So that's all the way from south of Perryton, Texas, all the way down to, is that Seymour? Yeah, Seymour, Texas. So definitely want to be keeping an eye on it for sure. And keeping an eye on it. Yeah, that's what my video was is going to be focused on. That's releasing in 9 minutes, by the way. It's just a brief update, which I forgot to do a community post. Oops. I wanted to do a community post. Let me just type that up real quick. Bear with me. Let's see. We are going to do a text poll. Okay, and then we're going to have this one too. Give me just a minute, y'all. I wanted to quickly do this. I forgot to do this. I was supposed to do it before stream, but stream crept up on me fast. Yeah, that is a tour possible now. I want to look at that. If we're going to see anything tornadic out of that, we won't be able to see it on the radar site at all. So that would be terrible. Hopefully we don't see that. And then we also have 15. Jeez, not 120 minutes. All right, there we go. I just wanted to do a quick community post, y'all, about the hurricane updates. So glad to see everybody on in here for another stream. My apologies for the brief intermission there. Let's see, we got Chip in here. Let's see if I haven't welcomed anyone else. How close are we? Welcome to the stream. I don't know if I welcomed you. And everyone else who's tuning in. And also everyone else who may not be chatting as well. Glad to have you here. If I would be chasing, I'd be around the... I don't know where that is. Let me see where that is. Is that Texas? Right here? Not a bad spot, but personally, I would be up towards Pampa. That's where I would be. I would be up there towards Pampa in Texas. It does seem like a possibility, Marcus, for a tropical system out there in the Caribbean. I was very much lenient on my video. I didn't say anything about it being a tropical storm or a hurricane. I don't think it will be. Personally, I see this being a tropical wave that we have to keep an eye on, and that's about it. I don't think we'll have to worry about impacts. Well, we'll just have to see. There's a lot of confidence on the ensembles, I can tell you that. Ensembles are very much confident on something trying to develop in this general area here around the 8th. And then some show it going out to sea, and others show it impacting Florida and then away from the Carolinas. So this is definitely, the first real opportunity based off of what I was seeing. I do believe we have a chance for it. I think now, or I should say this upcoming weekend, from like Friday to Tuesday, late this week, next week, there's an opportunity for a tropical system. And then as we go towards the 20th of June, I think we'll have another opportunity. We're not in a La Nina, nope. but that's not really a surprise. We were anticipating to be in La Nina around the realms of of July, maybe a bit after that. But we're already good. I mean, we don't have to be in a La Nina. Regardless, it's still going to be a very active hurricane season. It does matter, but honestly, we're already good enough. Like we are already good enough. We're not in an well, we're technically still in an El Nino, but we're staying steady at a neutral. So we haven't done that big divot yet to a La Nina. That's what we're waiting for. We've been steadily around the mark of neutral for about the last month or so. So if we don't start seeing a big divot by probably June 20th, I would start considering the potential of a very weak La Nina as opposed to, borderline. We may be borderline neutral. We may not get into a full-blown La Nina. I actually haven't looked at tropical models for that yet. Let me go check. Let me go check. Regardless, we should not be in a El Nino. I said that right. Yeah. We should not go back to an El Nino. And if we do, then wow. We dodged a very active hurricane season if that happens. Which even then it would still be active. Where in the world is it? There it is. Eastern Pacific. Temperature anomalies. Yep. Definitely shows it going into a La Nina still. Yeah, we're still going into a La Nina. It's just going to take a bit more time. Which, I mean, no shocker there. Where in the world is it? I need to get used to using this site again. I'm not used to it. I am not used to it at all. Peak La Nina is expected to be closer to October, November, which is interesting. So we shouldn't be in the peak La Nina, so that's good news. We shouldn't be in the peak La Nina for hurricane season. All right, let's go back up here. These are just, ooh. That is definitely an area of interest. Hold on a minute. We are going to pull this over here. Give it 20 minutes. There we go. Ooh, definitely an area of interest there. Going towards Belmont Mineral Point in southern Wisconsin. So we'll watch that very closely because that could quite easily develop even more rapidly. I do see first signs of thunderstorms starting to go up, and it's actually quite a bit further south. We've got a decent puff starting up towards Haskell. Interesting. But like I said, I think the main area to watch is really going to be up here for the Texas Panhandle. So area of very weak rotation here. We're keeping an eye on this. We've got a lot of inflow going towards Belmont and a lot of outflow away from Mineral Point. So wind's going... I actually drew that wrong. Wind's going away from the radar and wind's going towards the radar. There you go. So we'll be keeping an eye on that very, very closely. A report of 76 mile an hour wind gust there from a train spotter. So we'll be keeping an eye on that as it moves off to the east. They did not continue that considerable, so that's good news. Thank you, Catman. And welcome to the stream. Glad to see you here. Glad to see your King Boss as well. And Tina. Let's see. Florida's fighting destructive fires? Really? I haven't heard a thing about that. Are you sure? I haven't heard a thing about that at all. Huh. Oh, also, Catman, if you could make sure you keep an eye on Twitter after stream. I want to just talk to you briefly. You're in trouble. No, I'm just kidding. You're not in trouble. But I do want to make sure mods know. I'll also at the mods as well in the server about it. Ooh, 5 o'clock. Oh wow, they just went sub severe with that. Okay, interesting choice. Interesting choice. Make sure this is muted so you guys don't hear me twice. There we go. There's the hurricane video. Let's hope I didn't make any crucial editing mistakes, shall we? Because that was very much rushed video. There we go. Lord have mercy. I don't like where that community post is going there. I like where the 33% is. Already spotted one? That's crazy. You can't be more than like a second in. Alright, let me go ahead and get rid of all these tabs here. So we're watching a small area of potential rotation out here towards the Mineral Point area in Wisconsin. This is the only severe left, so we just got 3 severes canceled. 3 severes have been canceled. So we'll continue to watch this as it moves off to the east towards Mineral Point in southern Wisconsin. So keep an eye on that as it moves off to the northeast. I don't see an imminent tornado threat with that, but it's definitely a possibility that it ramps up fast. Yeah, I've always tried to aim for 10 to 15 minute hurricane videos. 20 plus, that'd be a doozy on me. I can tell you this, if it's 10 to 15 minutes, I would probably be able to do 2 to 3 of them a week, and if it's 20 minutes, you may not get but 1 out of me each week. So we're waiting for thunderstorms to initiate out here near the Pompeii area. There's no signs of it at the moment. It's just an area of CU. So it'll eventually start bubbling. And once it starts bubbling, they'll probably issue that watch, if not before. What was the percentage of a watch? Wow, 60%. Kind of surprised it wasn't a bit higher, but then again, it is a slight risk, so 60% makes a bit of sense there. It definitely killed the threat more to the east, like past Wichita. I don't think we're gonna see much of anything, but it should be a point of interest for storms initiating, which is why I said the main area to watch is right around the Pampa area. I don't really think we'll see much storm development down here. Maybe a storm could fire off of that, and I really think we'll see more storm development up here. So if I was chasing today, like I said, I think I would be up towards the Pampa area. It's expected to be a severe watch at the moment, from what I saw. Yes, expected to be a severe watch. Yeah, there is a tour possible right now. It's the only storm we're keeping an eye on west of Mineral Point here, going towards Mineral Point. Still a broad area of at least red and green there, so we'll just monitor it and see if it begins to increase in activity. So make sure you are preferably indoors, away from doors and windows if you are out there in Mineral Point, Belmont, Darlington, in southern Wisconsin. So if you guys are just tuning in, we're talking about the severe weather threat today. We've got quite a large risk area. Not so much as a solid threat for severe weather. We've got a broad area of a marginal risk level 1 and 2 areas of slight risks level 2 out of 5 there. So just make sure you're weather aware if you're in either one of those yellow areas. We shouldn't see much thunderstorm activity in the green area, but still, if you're in St. Louis, Kansas City, Chicago, Memphis, up here towards Tulsa, I would still be keeping an eye out for the potential of isolated thunderstorms, back down towards San Antonio as well. But the main area to watch, again, should be probably west of Wichita Falls out here, west of OKC as well. And there's another area we're keeping an eye on, west-northwest of Chicago. So 2 main areas to watch at the moment. That area is still interesting. So we're keeping an eye on this area of broad velocities. Again, the blue and green mean winds are going towards the radar site, which is located in Milwaukee. Red means that winds are going away from that radar site. So we have an area of spin currently, a very weak spin right out in this area. We also have a new severe for a tour possible. Not surprised they did that. Last few scans, last 2-3 scans or so, have showed another broad area of winds going towards the radar, winds going away from the radar. So it's not anything imminent for a tornado, but definitely want to be close to your safe spot if you're in either one of these polygons here. Here's our en-route, which detects rotation. You can see it has an area of blue here and just a few pixels of blue up there. So en-route is really interested in this storm here, and so am I. That northern one is iffy towards Spring Green, Wisconsin. Radar. So this is our dying MCS. We thought this was going to be a bit stronger. Models had that being a bit stronger. It's been isolated severes throughout most of the day. You can see not the entire line has been severe warned. The northern side, then occasionally they warned one on the southern side here and there. And just like I thought, looks like we are seeing storms manage to bubble up from that little tiny cluster, which is actually a bit surprising. Once I saw that CU right there, I was like, I said I wouldn't be surprised if a storm gets going there. Now, if that manages to stay, which that ought to be corruption, right? Yes, that is corruption. I thought so. I was like, that is not where I was expecting storm development. So this is an area where I don't think we'll see storm development. If we do, I will be surprised. Areas where I do think we'll see thunderstorms develop, where we're starting to see one, as well as up here. Right up in that general area. Like I said, well to the northwest of Vernon, and then southwest of Vernon as well. Go back over here. Oops. So there's Vernon, and then there's our thunderstorm development. I'm going to screenshot that briefly. Let me pull this up. So if you guys are just now tuning in, make sure you guys have hit that like button. We're just talking about the severe weather potential today. It doesn't seem like anything too over the top. I believe the highest threat is going to be very large hail. And we could see, personally, I believe we could see up to, keyword up to, 3-inch hail today. That's going to be the main issue once again. Let's go back on up here to Wisconsin. So this is the La Crosse, La Crosse radar site, and it also shows 2 areas of rotation here. One west of Mineral Point, one southeast of Spring Green in Wisconsin, so we'll be monitoring that. And we'll also be keeping an eye on this special weather statement. It was severe before, but it's not interesting anymore. Wichita Falls, yes, that has a radar site. That's this one over here. Or no, Wichita Falls, no. I consider this the Frederick radar site in Oklahoma. I thought you were saying Wichita, Kansas for some reason. I get those mixed. So 2 areas, once again, that we're keeping an eye on for the tornado potential. It is difficult to see them But we're keeping an eye here west of Mineral Point and south of Spring Green in Wisconsin. So if you're in either one of these yellow polygons, I suggest you're staying very close to your safe spot, just in case something starts to try and form here. Yeah, it is rotating. It's rotating a little bit. It is rotating a little bit towards west, or not west, west of Mineral Point. It's very weak, but it's definitely still present. You can see the NROT shows that with the blue area. And this one, like I said, it really wasn't that impressive, but I see why they put Tor Possible on it, just in case. Quickly checking the satellite again. Forgot I had it over here. What is that storm in Shreveport doing? Wait, hold on. That's south of Shreveport, actually, from Mansfield. I don't think that's doing anything, but I just saw it on the satellite, and it was really exploding. I want to go see that. Yeah, it's just a cluster. It was really starting to go on satellite, so I was like, hold on a second. I didn't think we were seeing anything out there. Make sure y'all are... Okay. So here's a look at our high resolution updates every minute satellite imagery. That is not it. That is the 4 panel. There you go. How did I click the wrong one? That scene is not too close to the second monitor scene. But there you go. So, again, we've got this big complex of isolated damaging winds right in this area, with an outflow boundary stretching up from, what is that, near the Dallas area up towards Perryton, Texas. Then we got another outflow boundary north of Woodward, Oklahoma here. And you can see we're starting to see some storms develop right there, which I believe that's well to the southwest of Vernon. I'll have to check. Yeah, that's near the, man, I'd hate to live in that town. The Monday area. That is near Monday in Texas. No signs of any solid bubblers up there in the panhandle. See how that one storm right at my cursor gets going? And you don't see anything. You see a CU field that's in place out there in the panhandle of Texas. So at any given second, we could have storms begin to fire, but just not impressive at the moment. Even from the Davenport radar, it shows that rotating in Mineral Point. I don't believe the one towards, is that Arena? I guess is how you could pronounce that. Arena, Wisconsin. I don't see that rotating at all. But the one towards Mineral Point is at least rotating a little bit. Like I said, I don't believe it's an imminent tornado. If it was, it would be warned currently. So just keep an eye on it. Make sure you're staying close to your safe spot just in case. Quickly just checking something, y'all. Okay. Also, want to speak about the day 3 outlook. I haven't talked about much about the future, so let's do that before this stuff pops off at all. Depending if we stay live, I don't know if we will. So I didn't even notice that tomorrow we now have a slight risk for severe weather. I'm pretty sure that was a small slight risk. That's now quite a large slight risk. Is that okay? That's for primarily wind and hail, and then a decent sized 2% tornado risk. I am questioning the intensity of the line tomorrow. Some models are really going crazy with the intensity of the line tomorrow. Like the NAM model shows a large MCS developing. I don't think we have even close to derecho potential tomorrow. There's just not many ingredients in place. Maybe if we had more wind shear, it would be a bit better potential, but Not at the moment. Then we go on into day 3, and we have a general thunderstorm risk outlook. Now, I actually believe this isn't going to hold. I think we'll see at least a marginal risk, probably somewhere in this general vicinity. I can't tell you exactly where, but probably somewhere up here we'll see a marginal risk for severe weather. Is that for me? No, just to my north. Not worth chasing it. So I do think we'll see a marginal risk for probably wind, maybe hail, up towards Indiana, Ohio, Michigan, maybe even into West Virginia and Virginia, maybe even as far south as North Carolina. I don't know if it will be upgraded to a slight risk. I think we're going to have to wait a bit longer to figure that out. But we'll keep an eye on it. Yeah, big general thunderstorm risk. There's definitely room for a marginal in that. Hello, that random guy. Glad to see you in here. So once again, we're just monitoring the potential for severe weather at the moment out there in the Texas Panhandle. We're already seeing our slight risk that has been issued out here in southern Wisconsin. It is starting to go. It's been going for a little while. We've got 2 torr possibles, and they actually just put a severe on this one over the radar site out here west of, let's see, west of, what was that place I just saw? Well, anyways, it's for Wales, Summit, North Prairie, Eagle, Sullivan, Concord, Wisconsin. You guys are all in that severe. Just make sure you're away from doors and windows. Make sure you are away from doors and windows. So this storm towards Mineral Point still has a torr possible tag, which means that there's at least a broad area of circulation. I still see what the National Weather Service is talking about there. I do believe it's beginning to weaken at the moment, but we only have so much radar coverage out here. We only have so much radar coverage, so we'll just keep an eye on it and see what happens. Um, hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of model uncertainty on what's going to happen out here. I was just checking that with another site that I unfortunately can't show, but there's a lot of model uncertainty on exactly what will happen out here. So just make sure you're staying weather aware. There is the potential for a couple tornadoes out in this area today. I'll go ahead and show you all the risk. So there's your small 5% tornado risk. I feel like that might have shrunk on the last outlook. I'm gonna go see that. Go see what they changed here. SPC graphics, tornado probabilities. Okay, nothing changed with it. They kept it the same. Felt like that changed a little, but apparently it didn't. Ooh. I'm getting a little bit more interested in a particular CU field that is developed. This one right here, right off to the west of Pampa. That looks interesting. I don't know if we're going to see storms fire off of that, but that is the most interesting CU field at the moment, in my opinion. Because that's in, like, the perfect place for storms to really get going. Will they? We'll just have to see. We did get another meso analysis, so I'm going to briefly check that. Just see if that is in place. Yeah, so there's the new meso analysis. And the instability's actually gotten better more to the east. So the better environment is actually towards, like, the Wichita area. Actually, the best environment is right over Wichita Falls. Wichita Falls. This storm has a really good environment, but what are the lapse rates out here? Mid levels are pretty good. Lower levels are really good. I'm curious to see if that really gets going or not. I'm gonna go see the HRRR. Okay, the new HRRR did come through. Does it show that storm? Not at all. That's why you can't rely off of just one model, but I don't believe many models showed that firing. I know the NAM showed a general scenario where this started going. I'm curious which way that moves, too, because if it moves southeast, it's not going to be in a good environment. But if it keeps moving northeast, that is going to be in a really good environment. I almost felt like that was attached to the outflow boundary. So here's our outflow boundary here. So we shouldn't see storms move past that until a storm attaches to the outflow boundary and moves it itself. That is very, very clear from the Wichita Falls radar site, or the Frederick radar site, I should say. Very clear where that outflow boundary is. Right here. Central Indiana, no. No, probably for Girl Dev, right? Girl Dev, you're fine. You're not in any risk. If you manage to get in a risk, it will probably be for wind. So yeah, as I thought, they just took away that Tor Possible Severe up there in Spring Green. Nothing crazy whatsoever now. And I feel like this one at Mineral Point is weakening. And yeah, it has. You can see that on the latest Enrot, how it was together for quite a while, and then now it's broken up and is weakening. What about Wednesday? What about it? It's general thunderstorm risk. Nothing crazy at the moment, but I think the main focus for Wednesday will probably be eastern Indiana and western Ohio at the moment, but we need better model agreement. There you go. That's what I was looking for. Better model agreement. How does the coming weeks look in terms of severe weather? Lord have mercy, Marcus. Did you just say the Q word? Oh, we're done for. I don't know if I want to look now. Marcus said the Q word. Wow. Dude. Next week looks inactive thanks to the Omega block. But you know what? The week after that, June 17th to the 23rd, that might be a very active severe stretch. Ooh. 75 and one for 60-mile-an-hour winds, 0.75 inch hail. I want to see the end of the GFS model run. I got to look at it. What days did I say? The 17th to the 23rd models are picking up on something, but what does it look like on the GFS? Oh, shoot. It doesn't go out far enough, so probably shouldn't look at it. Well, it doesn't look active at the moment towards, from after this day, really after today. I don't think tomorrow's going to be anything too over the top, but, we'll just say, Tuesday. So after Tuesday, I think Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday will all be decently inactive. But now that you said the Q word, we're going to have to keep an eye on some potential short waves just in case we manage to squeeze out a severe threat. So we'll keep an eye on it. I think our next severe opportunity, like our solid severe opportunity, will probably be very early next week. So we'll probably be watching both the tropics and severe weather potential very late this week into early next week. But models are picking up on something. There's not the best agreement at the moment, but something looks to be picking up there towards the 15th, the 16th, and beyond that as well. But that's at the dead end of the model run, so I'll watch that from a day-to-day basis and just update y'all on that. Just in case we see something. You never know. So if you guys haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel with the notification bell set to all so you know when I go live or upload a video. And if you can, hit that like button. It really supports the stream, pushes this out to more people. And yeah, we'll just continue to watch these storms slowly begin to fire. At the moment, it doesn't look like this storm's doing much whatsoever south of Seymour. It seems like it's moving east, which means it shouldn't be in the best environment. So that should not be in the best environment, but we'll see. We shall see. Yeah, it is moving east. You're correct, Sam. Which puts it in not the best environment. Now, if it was moving more northeast, I'd be more confident in that being a severe threat. Oh, hi. Okay, so I am going to be surprised about this. We've got a storm firing west of Wichita Falls. Is that it? Is that really it? Now, I did not anticipate that. I saw it on the satellite imagery. I'm pretty sure this has a higher resolution satellite. Yeah, I ain't even been using it. It's right here. Yeah, so this is your, apparently 1 minute satellite, but it seems like it's updating every 3 minutes. But okay. Wait, what? Oh, wow, this thing has, whoa. I didn't even notice this thing had such a large satellite. Gracious day. More you know. But we are starting to see a storm begin to fire out here west of El Dorado in southwest Oklahoma, so we'll be keeping an eye on that. Which I was not expecting that at all. Shoot. Where do I go now? I gotta pull this back down. There we go. I need to keep it on the full continental US, this one. Okay. Minnesota is probably fine. I don't think you'll see much up there. As for Texas, yeah, we are keeping an eye on it. Main area to watch is inside this yellow region. Which I believe personally the main area to watch is probably going to be up towards this area. Just after 6 p.m. we should start to see storms fire. But we are already seeing this cell is already starting to go. Which I was, again, not expecting at all. I didn't think we'd see much development right there. So we'll see if they put out a watch. Maybe a severe watch, maybe a tornado watch. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Man. Yeah, that is really getting going. Madison, Texas, or Madison, Wisconsin? See if there even is. Okay, probably Madison, Wisconsin. You are definitely in the risk for severe weather, so I'd be keeping an eye on it. At the moment, just a lot of lightning and thunder and heavy rain around you, so nothing to worry about by any means, but we'll be keeping an eye on this storm as it moves up towards your direction, and if it manages to get to you, probably 40-mile-an-hour winds will be a possibility. Main threat, wind, by far. Sam, I think we're closing in on near 1,000. I think we're nearing 1,000 tornadoes so far. Let me see if I can check. No, not that. Should be this website. Go to... Okay, this is the watches. I don't really want to see the watches. I want to see, you know, how many tornadoes we've had. That'd be great. Well, this is just going to show me how many watches we've had, which is not useful. But we've had a, we're probably closing in on near 1,000. Northwest Louisiana, Shreveport, around 6:30, so that'd be 7:30 Eastern. Let's see. Interesting. The HRRR has that line strengthening out here near Shreveport. Definitely damaging winds will be a possibility. I don't think it will be 7, though. You're probably looking at closer to 7:30, maybe even pushing 8 o'clock Central before storms get to Shreveport. But definitely very heavy rain, isolated damaging winds will by far be the main issue. But 6:30 Central, I think you'll be relatively clear, honestly. I don't know. How fast is this moving? Hold on, let me see. Southeast at 30. Shreveport is... Okay. It's going to be a close one. It is going to be close. It's going to be close. 6:30, 7 o'clock will be right around the time frame when that hits you. So it depends on when it hits you, but definitely the potential for damaging winds and heavy rainfall when it does. Which will probably be just after 6:30 Central. But it will be close. Okay. Let's go back up here to Texas. These storms are... they're trying to get going, but they're just not succeeding at the moment. Which can't say I'm surprised by that. Can't say I'll be surprised with that. Oh yeah, 2024 has completely been crazy. Absolutely crazy for severe weather. It is by far the most active stretch I've seen. It's up there with years like 2011 and 2019 in terms of how many days of severe weather. Hopefully this doesn't show up on my main screen. Good, it didn't. But I gotta see this. Okay. Yeah, so yesterday it looks like we had 6-inch hail yesterday in northeastern Texas, so that's a fun one, huh? Right when I was available to go live again, things died out. But we did have about 6-inch hail yesterday in northeast Texas, so that's something. That's something. Dew point temperature spread now. Waiting in 30 more minutes, we'll get a new one, but it's probably still going to be the same. 20. Yep. 20 in northern Texas, like the far northeast quadrant of the Panhandle, and then 30 towards Wichita. West of Wichita Falls, it's 30. So 31 degree temperature dew point spread west of Wichita Falls. Over Wichita Falls, it's about 27. And then in northeastern Texas, it's about 20. Notice I'm not saying anything under 20, so we're probably not going to have much of a tornado threat today. Is this still tornado possible up here, southwest Wisconsin, so we'll keep an eye on that. See what happens there. Unless I'm doing math wrong here. No, that's 27. Yeah. Right? Yes. triple check. Triple check. Triple check. I'm gonna quadruple check it. Since I'm deciding to be tired today. So we've got 92 over Okay, well, that's 66. It changed on me. 92 over 66, whatever that is. Which is 26, I think. There you go. Talk about elevated. I don't know if we'll even see storms in that area. Honestly. And then there's 97 over 66. That's also very elevated. Pretty sure that's... I don't know. I don't know how to do math today. I don't know how to do math today. That... Is that actually 31? I thought it was, but I didn't want to say that. Is that actually 31? 97 over 66. I think that's 31. That would be crazy if that's the case. I'm going to take a screenshot of that because I don't know if I've ever seen that much of a dew point temperature spread. 31 is crazy. Aw, Sam thought he was right too. Look at that. You were wrong too. Normally I'm pretty good at it, but I'm not used to seeing 31 temperature dew point spreads, so. Alright, let's go back over to... Yeah, that storm is not going to do a thing. Both of those are already dying out. According to satellite imagery, both of these are dying out. This one and this one are both dying out. There is another storm that's going to get going here, though, to the west. Look at that. It's going to try to do something again. Probably won't succeed. Let me zoom in more here. Yeah, I still don't see much with that. So it's just going to be a waiting game until these things really get going. But we're probably not going to stay live for too much longer. If you guys haven't already, make sure you've subscribed to the channel. Hit that like button as well. And, yeah, share the channel with your family, friends, social media. We're, like I said, probably going to call it quits soon before this stuff pops off. And then if need be, we'll be back tonight. Which, honestly, I'm kind of planning on being back tonight. We'll see if it pops off enough. But I would not be surprised if I'm back on here again. So make sure you guys have that notification bell on, because if stuff does get going, I'll attempt to be back here. Let's see. Also, most of the time when I end my stream, stuff gets going. So if I end my stream, if I stay live, nothing's going to happen. So I got to end stream to see if anything happens. We got to test it. Test the theory. Happened yesterday. Happened yesterday. I ended my stream and we ended up with a whole lot of activity. Yeah. I'm really just watching this area for storms to fire. That's still where I'm watching. The reason why is because that's where the best environment is at the moment. And then another area where the environment's decent is back out here. But I think that's very... regardless, both are very elevated. I think we're just going to have big hail today. I think that's what we're really going to have. Well, location 17th to the 23rd. I don't know. I'm not God. I can't tell you what's going to happen in 20 days in the future. I may be able to predict 3 hours out, but 20 days, heck no. Girl Dev, like I said, you're fine. I don't think we're going to see a thing out there. Maybe... I don't even think you're going to see rain tonight. Yeah, I don't even think you're seeing rain tonight. Yeah. You may see some rain late tomorrow. Wednesday would be the main day to keep an eye out for severe weather, but it's probably going to be off to your east. At the moment, it looks to be, like I said, extreme eastern Indiana, western Ohio for Wednesday. Okay. We are starting to see more storms developing towards Perryton, so just take note of that as well. Make sure you guys are staying weather aware if you're in the risk area. Like I said, I'll just monitor it. If I feel like we need to go live again, I'll go live again. Tomorrow, though, hold on. I haven't even thought of nor looked at tomorrow. I think we're going to be live tomorrow. It looks messy. It looks messy. But if we can get like an uptrend in instability, tomorrow could easily be significant for wind. But we'll probably be live tomorrow. There's a pretty good chance of it. Arkansas, let's see. Like I said, we're starting to wind down. Yesterday was really our last big day of severe weather. Today has potential, but I don't think we'll see much. Whoa. What do I... Okay, not rotating. Just how to see. But yeah, you're definitely going to see something out here. Let me get where you were again. We'll zoom all the way out and then go all the way back in. All right, so you are about 55 miles from the storms. They're moving east at probably about 30, 35. So you're going to start experiencing thunderstorms. I would say probably about 7 Eastern, 7 o'clock Eastern. Main threat by milestone will be damaging winds. Let me just see if we're expecting them to strengthen at all. We are not. Actually, there's a chance they die out. This should not stay that strong for much longer, but we'll see. Let me look at the ingredients out in front of it. Definitely not favorable for tornadoes. Looks like there's a capping building in front, so these storms going towards you should weaken. But still keep an eye out for damaging winds as you go towards 7 o'clock tonight, Eastern Time, 6 o'clock Central. But I think those are going to be weakening, honestly. Back to my satellite imagery. So it looks like those storms have just failed at firing at the moment. My guess is too much of a temperature dew point spread. This storm has attempted and failed. This storm has attempted and failed. This storm is attempting. It hasn't completely failed yet, but doesn't look the most impressive. And we got a little tiny storm back here that's attempting again. Another one. What is man Lucky doing today? Work. He is working. So, yep, he is not present. He won't stream tonight at all. Until after dark. For what? For severe weather? It's probably going to be closer to 6, 7 o'clock. That's what I was really anticipating, honestly. I was really just wanting to get on here and talk about the weather. And I was available, so. Yeah, it's probably going to be just before. I'd say 6, 7 o'clock. That's still a decent time frame. I want to see the next HRRR just to see if it shows anything. And there's your severe watch. Yay, we got to see the severe watch. We'll see the probs on that. Ohio, you're fine. Right off the bat, you shouldn't be getting anything. You're probably in a 0.5 risk, is what we call it. Actually, you're not even in that. You're fine. I'd keep an eye out on Wednesday for the potential of severe weather, but it's too far out to do specifics on. Uh, well, what'd I tell you? 3-inch hail likely. Have fun getting your windshield completely exploded for those chasing in eastern Texas, northeast panhandle. Yeah, about 70-mile-an-hour winds, 3-inch hail, and a tornado is possible. So the tornado threat's low, but present. The hail threat is a doozy. That's going to be your big issue. 3-inch hail likely. And that goes all the way down to Wichita Falls, of course. Wichita Falls. Yeah. This is also another reason why I'm not planning on covering this. It's also in a near perfect radar hole, too. So we have a radar here, here, and here. And the main storms should be right in this area. They should fire towards Pampa and then move to the east or move to the east-southeast like this. Generally like that. We're also having storms fire up here, moving to the southeast, so they should all be in a radar hole. What about end of June? Do you think we could see tropical storms in June? Yeah. I think we'll have a opportunity towards late June. We might have a chance with this upcoming system that I just did a video on, but at the moment, I don't see much with it. I do not see much with it at the moment. But, yep. Dallas, just heavy rain. You guys should be okay today. Because there's storms in Texas, that's why. Texas always has storms. What are you talking about, Caden? Yeah, just rain right now. Maybe a lightning strikes. Let me see about the lightning strikes there. Yeah, a couple lightning strikes, very heavy rain. That's about it. Should be fine. We're down to just one severe up here. We probably won't see much more activity up here in Wisconsin. If we do, it's probably going to be this storm here going towards Milwaukee. That's probably going to be the biggest issue if we have any tonight in Wisconsin. Nothing there. Good. Okay. So, like I said, y'all, just make sure you're weather aware today. Keep an eye on things, and if things really get going, we'll be back here. Most likely, they'll have to be significant for tornadoes if we get back here, but I'll keep an eye on it. And if it really gets going, like I said, I'll be back. Maybe. We shall see. So yeah, just continue to keep an eye on things, y'all. Make sure you're staying weather aware, especially if you're in this watch here. That's the main watch, so all the way from Perryton, Texas, down towards Seymour, Texas. For today, it's really a hail threat. Today's a big hail threat. Tomorrow's a big wind threat. And I don't see a big tornado threat on the horizon anytime soon. Texas should start to slow down. Typically, you guys in Texas start to slow down towards early July for your severe season. I think. I may be wrong, but I believe it's about July. I'm gonna quickly go check. There is something I could check for analogs. Not that site. Oh my word, I hate how it always brings me to the wrong site every time I type that in. Let's see. Yeah, so currently here's your hotspots for severe weather based on climatology for today. And wow, shocker. Right where our hotspot is, we've got a severe risk today. That's where we have a hotspot for severe weather on June 3rd from 1982 to 2011. Also, you'll see the second hotspot back up here because sometimes we see derechos in this area. So it's not rare. This area of Texas sees severe weather very frequently. Now, what is pretty rare is the fact that we've seen so much severe weather out here. We have seen a lot of severe weather in southwest Texas this year, which last year I don't remember nearly as much. And I wish I could see the future of this. I did have a site before, but I don't know if I saved it. It was from my tornado forecast. So if I go back to March, probably is when I would have saved it if I did. Let's see. Oh, I did. I did save it. Yeah, July, wow. July just gets completely inactive. Like, June is active. Wow. March, April, May, June is completely active. And then July just... I mean, we just fall off our severe potential. Wow. We'll see if that actually happens in July or not. And then we should kick back up as we go towards October, November, and maybe even December for second season. Second season could be pretty rough this year. I hope not. Hopefully the La Nina gets rid of that potential, but it might not. So we'll see. Well, I was supposed to end 12 minutes ago, like I say, so you would have missed another stream, which is perfectly fine, but we're going to go a bit longer. And, yeah. What, Caden? What? You think they are going to upgrade the risk? It's 0-1, by the way. But the only risk they may upgrade is the hail potential. And I think by 9 o'clock, I think our main severe threat is from 6 to about 8:30, 9 o'clock. So I think by the time the next update rolls around, they won't have another opportunity to upgrade. And there's a severe warning out there north of Shreveport. What the heck? Wow. Apparently, we're getting 110-mile-an-hour winds out. Yeah, it's a radar glitch, y'all. Don't worry. Just for the fun of it, what's the highest pixel? 150? Wow. That is something. That is something. Yeah, that is definitely not accurate. That is a radar glitch. It's HARP. It's HARP. No. It's a radar glitch. Stream's labeled May 2nd. No, it's not. No, it's not, Pete. What are you talking about? Totally didn't just change it. It's not labeled May 2nd. Psh, I know it's June. So they just warned that for 60-mile-an-hour winds, y'all. Towards Texarkana. So don't worry, that's a radar glitch. Hopefully that will be gone next scan. I mean, you could see just the difference. Look at how much this is just Ben Shreveport radar. Like, this is the definition of Shreveport's radar this year. Their radar has been not good at all. Same goes for the National Weather Service, but we'll just pretend I didn't say anything. They have not been my favorite National Weather Service this year, but I mean, hey, at least they warn things. Yeah, that is just completely broken. That is just completely broken. So just don't listen to that at all. Generally, up to 60 mile-an-hour winds will be possible. There's a really high chance if you're in this warning, Southwest Arkansas, northeastern Texas, you're probably just going to end up with a couple of instances of near 40 mile-an-hour winds, uh, maybe even 30. I don't know if I've ever experienced 60 mile-an-hour winds inside a severe thunderstorm warning for 60. I find it pretty rare personally. But just make sure you're indoors away from doors and windows. I'll be keeping an eye on it. Like I said, Tyler, I'll keep an eye on it. I won't be live for that long until these storms hit Shreveport, unfortunately. I'm not going to be live for that long, but I'll still keep an eye on it. And if I see anything, I'll come back on here. Yes, I am Legacy. When? I don't know. Models have been trash so far, so if there's uncertainty, then live streams are uncertain. That is really finally getting going there. That is really starting to go now. Wow, that exploded. That's our first storm that really exploded now. That's in north central Texas Panhandle there. And we're starting to see development right west of Pampa, which honestly, I thought it was going to be over or east of Pampa, but yeah, that's a little bit more west than I thought. If we just turn on the satellite here. I mean, no, it's really not. I said right along this area, right here. I was really watching more of this region here, but sure, why not? Put a storm up there. And yeah, these storms just aren't able to maintain at the moment. So, these are probably going to be the main two to watch. This one and this one. So, northeast of Perryton, Texas, and well to the west of Pampa, Texas. We also got another severe in Illinois, just for those who may not have seen it. It's only for 3 more minutes, so if you're in that severe, for what is that, Guilford, northwestern Illinois, make sure you're indoors away from doors and windows, and you'll be fine. And then there's a whole lot of other just crazy rain showers out here in Tennessee and Kentucky. Nothing too over the top with them, just isolated winds with them. That's about it. Maybe some very, very small hail at the worst. By the way, that severe watch goes for another 6 hours and 2 minutes, so that's all the way till midnight Eastern, 11 p.m. Central. That's a good warning then, KTS worker. That is a really good warning. $20 is a really good warning. All good, Legacy. You're perfectly fine. Like I said, don't worry about it. If you comment or tune into a stream once a month, that's just what I prefer. You don't have to, but just so I know you're alive. Like I said, never worry about tuning in for as a mod. Just tune in when you can. But I prefer you tune in once a month, just so that way I know you're alive. Like I said. Stream was muted. Hopefully that's not on my end. Either way, it's bad, but I'd really dislike it if it was on my end. Oh, that's right. I need to do that. Hello, Haley. Welcome to the stream. So we're just monitoring these storms to see if they explode, but it's still going to take, like I said, now is really the time they should get going. Now it's 6 o'clock, so things should get going now. We're just 9 likes away from our like goal. We attempt to hit between 50 and 100 is our like goals for live streams. And you guys hit that every stream. I don't know if we haven't hit that in a live stream in the last month. You guys have been supporting like crazy, so it's greatly, greatly appreciated. Also, if you guys want to find me on other platforms, my link tree is the first link in the description. You can find the Discord server down there, Twitter as well. Those are the 2 things I'm most active on is Twitter, Discord, and then, of course, YouTube is where I'm going to be very, very active. That's where you're going to find me the utmost. Let me go back over to... I'm pretty much waiting for mesoanalysis. That's the next thing I'm waiting for. So I'm waiting for that to be... I don't know what you say for mesoanalysis. Like, does mesoanalysis render in? Does it get issued or just update or what? I don't know. I don't even know what mesoanalysis is. I know it's like a representation of like the rat model, and it also has surface analysis as well. But I don't really know what it is. Maybe I'll have to do some research into that. But, yep. Okay. Well, we're going to wrap it up shortly, y'all. So, once again, if you guys could just real quick hit that like button, share the channel with family, friends, social media, and, yeah. I'll just monitor the weather off of the live stream, and, we'll start concluding here shortly. This stuff's going to explode. This is going to probably be the main one to keep an eye on, honestly. So just an early heads up, if you're in Pampa, Memphis, this general vicinity, that's going to be probably the storm of the day in terms of any hazards. So I'm going to go eat some supper, fill up, and just in case I got to be back here, I'll be monitoring this stuff. So I'll actually have energy, and I'm not going to be busy. Yesterday was one of those rare cases where I didn't think it was going to do anything, so what did I do? I left my computer like an idiot. What did I miss? I missed a big tornado that was on the ground for like 30 minutes and 6-inch hail. And almost 100-mile-an-hour winds. I think it was either 91 or 97-mile-an-hour wind report. Now I gotta go look. Now I have to go look. I can't end the live stream knowing that I may be wrong about something. Wind, where's the wind reports? 67, 88, 79, 89, 97 mile-an-hour wind report. 97 mile-an-hour wind report. It was either 91 or 97. It was 97. Yeah, the weed whacker, he always nails it. Bro exploded the engine and still managed to get a tornado. Absolutely wild. The weed whacker knows how to do it. Thank you guys for the for 100 likes. That was our like goal today. If you guys haven't already, I did upload a video, so if you could watch that right after the live stream, it's greatly appreciated. If not, that's fine. But here's our current subscriber count. Like I said, every once in a while, I just like to pull this up at the end of the live stream. So we're 4 away from our next milestone. In my opinion, every 100 subscribers is a milestone. So, yeah, that is going to be about it. bit of a warning, flash warning, because I'm going to load this up here in the background. It's probably not going to succeed at loading, but we're going to go ahead and switch to our ending scene here shortly, as we are about to conclude. So, yeah, thank you, mods, for modding the chat. Greatly appreciate it. I will definitely see you guys for a live stream tomorrow. I'll just look at the models really quick to see if those have it. Oh, the new one's rendering in. Good. And yeah, it still shows that one in north, the one in north of Amarillo being the biggest issue. West of the, Pampa area. Mesoanalysis really fast before I go, please. Don't know if it wants to load in for me. I don't think it's going to. Just so I can see what we're looking at here. Dang it. Okay, well, I'll just look at that after stream. So, thank you guys for tuning in. Greatly appreciated. Haley, I'm doing great today. Minus the dentist this morning. But, I mean, who's calling me? I'm gonna go hang up that phone call. Bear with me. Well, I can't hang this up, but I can't answer it. So, I'm gonna let it ring. I can't hang up on that phone call. So, I'll just switch over to this. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And I will see you guys in tomorrow's live stream. Again, thank you, mods, for modding the chat. And I don't know when I'll be live tomorrow at all. So, just monitor the channel. And I'll be live eventually. I'll be live eventually. So, have a great rest of y'all's night. Stay safe, watch the tropics, and I'll just briefly check the models again really fast. I only have a couple seconds left. We'll aim for 350. Let's aim for 350 tomorrow. If I'm not live at 350, then that means I'll just push it back a bit more. So stay safe, watch severe weather. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye. Stay safe, watch severe weather in the tropics.